Nico and Ruby, Jack and Jill, Igor and Bubba all have something in common.
They were all rescued by the Tucson Wildlife Center, and joining us today is Bubba himself, D-Kid, and Joan Cass. Ladies, Bubba, how are you guys?
Very good. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for joining us. And talk about, before we go any further, talk about who you have with us here today.
This is the great horned owl. He fell from the nest about 14 years ago and broke his left wing. And it was repaired. And he can fly, but he can't fly silently. So an owl has to be a silent flyer to be able to hunt. So he's been with us for the 14 years. The man who brought him in a little fluffy ball in his hand, the man's name was Bubba. So that's why we call him Bubba.
So why does he not fly silently anymore?
If you can see the way this wing sort of sticks out differently.
Okay.
It's not aerodynamic enough.
Oh.
It makes a little bit of a whistling noise that we can't hear, but the critters can.
So he can't hunt, he can't be on his own, he can't survive that way.
Right.
So when people bring animals to your center, you also rehabilitate them?
Yes, that is our mission here.
That's okay.
Is rescue, rehab, and release. That is the mission. Yes.
And so you have brought a board with you today that talks about the animals that you currently have at the center right now. Mm-hmm. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, this kind of runs the entire gamut of all the wildlife we have, just about all the wildlife we have in southern Arizona. So currently, as you can see, we have about 157 animals on our property right now. Year to date, we've rescued 1,063. So that has already exceeded the entire year of last year that we have rescued. And we've just built Southern Arizona's first wildlife hospital.
Okay.
So a lot of that is the visibility, increased visibility in the community. A lot of people know that we're here, so they show up at the hospital with their critters. And just knowing that we're here, we're getting a lot more calls. We send our ambulances out to get the larger, more dangerous animals like the bobcats and javelinas. So, yes.
Wow. And you have 7 bobcats right now?
Yes.
Wow.
That's about 5 kittens.
Okay.
And 2 adults, one of which is a surrogate mother. So she lives on the property. She's one of the sanctuary animals. And she actually is a surrogate mother to all the baby orphan bobcats that we get.
So that's almost her job, is that when you bring in new bobcats, she takes them. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. We have that in several species.
As you talk about animals, javelinas, bobcats, some of the more dangerous animals, if I find one, if I come across one, I can call you and you guys will come and safely remove them.
No, that's a removal service.
Okay.
These are animals that are injured or have been orphaned.
Okay.
Babies, yes, right. That's what we do.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So walk us through that process if we do see a bobcat or a javelina that is injured and is on our property. What are the next steps?
Well, what you would do is you would call our hospital, which is 290-9453. Somebody will help you on the other end here. We'll determine just the extent of the injuries, if it's something that we can work you through, if it's really not injured, or if it is. If it really is, and it is a larger animal, such as a bobcat or a javelina, then we'll send one of our 4 24/7 ambulances out to the scene and pick the animal up. If it's a small animal that's not dangerous, such as a quail or a bunny or something, we try to get people to bring them into the hospital to minimize our costs, because our expenses are very high, because we drive around all of southern Arizona up to the Nogales border, New Mexico. We go a lot of places, so we try to minimize our costs. So after that, we bring them into our hospital, into the triage center, where they are taken in and given a full exam. If they need surgery or any other kind of rehabilitation, we do that. They're put out to a pen that we would use or into the intensive care unit, depending on their care. They stay until they are good to go, should I say, and then we release them. We like to release them back into the area that they came from.
Okay.
If that's not viable, if it's not a good place, if it's a dangerous place for humans or for the animals, then we will create, in javelina's case, we'll create herds out of orphans, and then we release them into the wild as herds. So they actually create families. Or we will take the animals that are to a place that's safe with good, viable habitat for them.
And so when you guys are going through this process, what's the biggest challenge you guys face?
Finding viable habitats.
Okay.
Yes. With with the encroachment, increasing encroachment of humans and more subdivisions being built, we are increasingly squeezing the animals out of their natural environment. So we're always looking for ranchers. We're looking for people with large spaces that don't have homes nearby, that aren't near hunting areas also, and that have good sources of food and water where the animals can find them. So we really urge anybody to let us know if they have land like that, because resources are running scarce for these animals.
And you talked about how expensive rescuing these animals are. Where do you get your funding from?
Only from donations from individuals
Okay.
solely. Yes, we get no government funding. We do pick up animals from, the police department calls us, sheriffs, game and fish. A lot of different governments do call us, and state agencies. But we only get in individual donations is what our primary,
Okay.
yes,
So
income
I'm sure
is.
you could use more
Definitely.
donations.
Right.
Definitely. And I'd like to stress that of these 1,063 animals that we've had year to date, over 500 of them have come in only the last 5 weeks.
Oh my.
So this is to let you know the need and the donations that we really need now for the help for these animals to continue our mission.
Is that a weird increase? I mean, does that have to do with the temperatures and how hot it is, or is that just, 500 in the last couple of weeks? That's a lot.
It's half of the year to date.
Yes, it's baby season,
Okay.
in spring and summer, and so they're getting a little older, they're getting into trouble, they're being orphaned, or something happens to their parents or whatever. So it's always a busy time for us during this time, but this has just like gone way above any year that we've ever had. But we're really trying to get out into the community to let them know that we're here, and along with our hospital, people are just they're responding to it.
Excellent. Well, ladies,
Yeah.
thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
joining
much.
us. Bubba, it was a pleasure.
Pleasure.
And to learn more, you can call 290-9453 or go online to TucsonWildlife.com. Again, that number is 290-9453 and TucsonWildlife.com.
Coming up on the Morning Blend, do husbands and wives really need to pack luggage for the hospital to have a baby? We'll find out.
Plus, no matter what kind of dental work you need to get, one group has you covered. We'll get all the details from them right after this. Summer is here, and everyone has been working on getting their bikini bodies ready, but you can't forget about getting your smile ready also.
That is right. Well, Chris Smith is here from Southwest Dental to tell us how to get top-notch dental care for less. Welcome, Chris.
Good to be here.
Very happy to have you. Tell us about the Southwest Dental Plan.
The Southwest Dental Plan is a discount dental plan that gives discounts of 15 to 60% to individuals, families, and seniors. It's rather inexpensive. It starts at $62 for the whole year for an individual senior plan, silver plan, and it goes up to $155 a year for a whole family.
Wow. I mean, that is huge.
And then you get massive discounts on procedures.
You receive discounts on all of our procedures that we offer.
Let's look at some of those. We've got exam and x-ray.
Yeah, the first thing you do when you go to the dentist is you have to get that exam and x-ray.
Yes.
On the plan, we're going to show some examples. It's $189 normally. It's free, so $0. We want people to come in and get that exam and x-ray and see what they need next. And then usually after an exam and x-ray, people get a cleaning.
Yes.
The cleaning on the plan is $105. On the Advantage plan, which is for individuals 4 to 61 years of age, $40, 62% savings. Our Silver plan is for individuals 62 and over, and that's $30.
And isn't that just unbelievable? Because that stuff, I mean, just those two alone can add up so fast at a regular dentist.
And those are the items that you need every year. You need to get a cleaning at least every 6 months. A lot of people, I go every 4 months. So just make sure you have those teeth cleaned and so you take care of them. If you don't, sometimes you might need a crown or a root canal. We're going to talk about a crown next. Crown, $13.66. On the plan, 34 to 42% savings.
Wow.
A lot of times with a crown comes along before it a root canal, and that's a double whammy. So it can get very expensive. 37 to 38% savings. And when it does get expensive, a lot of times people don't have the cash to do it. So we do offer financing. There is financing available.
See, and I think that is key because, again, if you go to any other dental office, it's not like they're like, oh, we can put you on a payment plan.
Right.
It's like, sorry, too bad. It's $150 right now.
Right. The last one that we're going to share was braces. And braces, what we want to share about that is also the financing. Sometimes families have 2 kids and braces at the same time. $5,400 times 2 is a lot of money, even at $3,857. So what we do is we do easy financing. Usually we take the payments over the whole 2 years and to make it easier on families.
That is incredible. Okay, so we were talking about braces. What kind of braces are out there now? I know when I had them, it was just like the metal train tracks. You know?
That's still the standard.
Is it really?
That is
Most
still the
kids are
standard.
still
But
wearing
there's also
those.
lingual braces where you have them inside the teeth. There's also Invisalign. Invisalign is very popular now. And Invisalign has come leaps and bounds in the last 10 years, and you can have a lot of movement with Invisalign.
Now, is it true that you can have braces on the other side of your teeth where you can't see them?
Yes, those are lingual braces.
So this is a real thing. I'm so glad that you're here today because I've been curious about that for like a couple years.
Whoa, I've never
I
had
am not the
braces.
dentist, so I can't speak from a dentist point of view.
Do you know how to put them on? No, I'm just kidding, Chris.
But yeah,
That's so cool. And you offer all of those in the plan. Cool.
So tell us about some of your doctors that are part of your program.
speaking of the actual dentists on in the program, we have everything from general dentists to all the specialists. So Southwest Dental plan was created by and for Southwest Dental Group. We've been around since 1973. We've been really figured out how to attract great talent, and they're always licensed, of course, but they're also usually very experienced. Many of our dentists have been in private practice on their own for over 20 years and decided to come over to the Southwest Dental Group to work with us.
And I love the fact that your specialists are right there on hand, because one of my biggest pet peeves is going to someone that I'm not familiar with, they're not familiar with me, then they've got to do all that research, like, okay, what's with Amanda's teeth, and you offer all of it right on hand.
You're referred across town. We actually do it. Our office here is at Ina and Shannon. We have the specialty offices right across the parking lot from our general dentistry. Those dentists talk to each other. They compare notes, and they make sure you have the best experience possible.
That's great. Now, what if you already have dental insurance? Can that be incorporated in any way?
It can. The way that dental insurance typically works is you have a maximum each year, and usually it's around $1,500. When you look at the prices of some dental procedures, you can hit that pretty quickly. Once you hit that, you can buy the Southwest Dental Plan, and you can use the dental plan as well. If you're just going with dental insurance and getting your cleaning every year, you don't really need our plan, but you could use it if you have larger items that you need.
And can we sign up for the Southwest Dental Plan at any time? Like, if I know my original dentist was like, you need a crown or a root canal, can I come over by you guys and sign up then?
Yes, there's no waiting periods, no, pre-existing conditions always covered. There's no claim forms or deductibles or anything.
Why
Very
isn't
easy.
everybody doing this? Seriously.
That's what
Pick
I'm
up the
thinking,
phone,
too.
order our brochure, and come in.
Yeah, let's talk about your brochure.
What we want to do is we want people to give us a call and request our free plan brochure. Gives all the prices of all the plan prices and procedures in it. And for the first 25 people who call, they're going to receive a coupon for a free exam and x-ray. So you can come in, check us out, see the dentist, see if you like us, sign up for the plan.
That's awesome. That's
Now,
very
you do have to use a dentist that your plan provides, or what if I already have a dentist?
That's correct. The
Okay,
Southwest
so
Dental
it
Plan
is-
is available at our dental offices.
Okay,
We are
perfect.
going to be launching some new offices in the next few months, so we're excited to make that announcement, and we will make that announcement here on the air in a couple months.
Yeah, I was going to say, are we getting a sneak peek today?
Not today.
Not yet.
Plus, you have some of the best dentists in Tucson, so why wouldn't you?
We do. We're excited.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having us.
Always a pleasure. And right now, when you call the Southwest Dental Plan at 413-9982 and be one of the first 25 callers to mention the Morning Blend, you can get a free exam and x-ray. That's a $189 value. To learn more about the plan, you can call 413-9982 or go online to swdentalplan.com. Again, that's swdentalplan.com. Don't go anywhere. The Morning Blend will be right back.